Welcome to Smash Games, and we're here with our part 1 guide to Elden Ring. We're going with the Confessor, you're picking the Golden Seed for the keepsake, and the rest is your choice. The main reason we've gone with the Confessor is because you're getting 100% block on the shield straight away. That's insane. When I first started I was like, I need a better shield, and there's one straight away. The other reason is we're getting the Finger Seal for Faith incantations. So anyway, I'll leave you with the cutscene. I'll be back.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion. The loathsome dung-eater. And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Whew. Not sure how I feel about the bright white light, but anyway, there it is. Yeah, welcome to our first episode. So, we're going to start by picking up the first item in the corner, which is the tarnished wizened finger, I should say. I thought it was a wizard, but that's possible, but wizened apparently. Finger seal, or finger. You have to pick that up to actually get out the door, so just pick that up on your way out. Yeah, essentially you use that to write messages, lie to people, trick them, bullshit, make a joke, because why the fuck not? So anyway, this guide is essentially for any new person, someone who's already just trying to learn or get acquainted, or they just want to watch something, whatever. But if you're someone who's already finished the game, seasoned, you've got pretty decent knowledge, you're welcome to watch. I'll be throwing in some tips and tricks here and there. For example, like as soon as that sign spawns, you just jump straight off. I'm sure most people know that, and you'll just spawn straight past it without having to die. It's like your choice, kinda, sorta. Anyway, if it's not for you, then it's all good. But by all means, please stick around, and we'll come back after this bit. Yes, this bit.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side. We found him here, after all. One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Right. Yeah, so the Golden Order is tied in with the two fingers, essentially. Hence the two-finger seal. It's a part of a part of the religion or sect in the lands between. And so it's sort of irrelevant. You don't have to believe in said faith or the greater will. Like, this is just a part of the game, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, no, it's just a part of the religion. So you in theory, you're defying the Golden Order. That doesn't mean you have to go against it. There's multiple choices within this game that all lead down essentially the one generalized story, but you do get some choice. Out of 6 possible endings. But anyway, we got our 2 flasks, the Crimson and the Cerulean, I believe it's called. I'm just going to call it red and blue. HP and FP, or health and mana, whatever you want to call it. As long as you know what I'm talking about, red and blue, that's all that matters. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, this guide is essentially to help people get from start to finish. So we're going to go through the tutorial area, we're going to show you the way through here, general information, and so forth. So in your settings, if you didn't know this already, you can turn off all the tips, all the information that pops up. I did a while ago because for someone who's made multiple characters, like me, it gets really annoying having to go every time, and you're like, I already know, fuck off. But anyway, point being, I'll try and guide you through it, but obviously you yourself will have the information on there if you want, or you already know it. So, but to two-hand, if you're playing on the PS5, usually you dual wield two-handed to help breaks the poise or a shield like that to try and get the crit, or just to break the shield break to start smacking them about. So yeah, but anyway. So yeah, one of the spells we do have is a heal spell, the very basic one. So there's that option there, rather than using the red flask. But yeah, so here's some basics. So when you're attacking any enemy, if they're unaware that you're there, you're going to do a little bit more damage. If you jump and attack, same thing, you're going to do more damage. If you break their guard, you do start to do a bit more damage as soon as you break them. However, if you step into their space and then get the crit on them, I think it's 1.5 times the damage. It could be 1.25. Don't quote me. But it's definitely a lot more. Same thing with the backstab. And I believe it's more again if you actually get the parry, which you can do with most shields. You can do, and certain daggers also allow you to parry. So yeah, but anyway, we've got a special attack for the PlayStation on the PlayStation, which is the L2. So for the Bastard Sword, so it's L2, and you can do both R1 heavy or light, R1, R2, and you'll get a heavy thrusting attack, which breaks most human size in terms of their poise. If anything larger, it's usually at least 2 or to 3, depending on bosses or whatever. But yeah, as you can see, this regular Godric knight soldier, yeah. So one special skill attack and then a crit, and he's fine. He's easy. You do get one action thingy, the strength action or reaction, whatever it is. It's funny because I was watching someone playing for the first time a little while ago. It's TikTok or YouTube, and they were really struggling, and I think partly because I think they're just brand new to the Souls in general. Yeah, so anyway, another Side of Grace. We're going to pick up these two here, being the... Oh, there's an imp statue there. You need 2 sword stone keys for that, by the way. Tarnished Fourth Finger, so this allows you to write your co-op signs almost anywhere except during boss fights. The Finger Severer sends yourself or another player home, so this is generally used in PvP. I didn't explain the Tarnished Wizard thing, I don't think, but... Oh no, yes I did. I did. Ugh, forgot. Anyway. Also, touching any grace is essentially a checkpoint in the game. So if you die, you'll go straight back to that checkpoint. However, you need to sit at said checkpoint to replenish all your flasks and to remove any debuffs like rot, poison, anyway. Let you listen to this guy. He's fun. Calls you maidenless.
However, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength.
A lot of people lost their shit when he did that, apparently. Apparently.
Round table hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity. Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me, Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life.
That line of light that I'm showing you there,
You may also
that's the
behold
line of
golden
grace or light of
rays
grace.
pointing in a particular
Golden
direction
rays.
at times. That is the guidance of grace. A path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answer. It will lead you tarnished to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
So yeah, he's got 4 bits of dialogue, I believe. So when you're finally exhausted, he just tells you to go on your way, basically. But he's just there to give you the general... He's one of the several NPCs throughout this game that give you general information on what to do if you pay attention. Now, that effigy we just picked up. So, that's called the Martyr's effigy, that little statue, that like a Y with someone on it. And that gives you the small golden effigy, which basically allows you to send your co-op sign to summoning pools while you are within areas of that effigy. It's the same sort of thing for the summoning stakes or summoning posts. It's the same sort of thing for the little statues of Marika, which we'll show you one of those a bit later. It might not be in this episode, but I will show you eventually what they are. They're kind of like little statues with their arms cut off, and you'll see them before most boss fights or in certain areas. We're just talking to Kale, to get a kit. And I didn't realise, because we already been through the training area, and we picked up like 600 runes, 400 runes or something. And then I used it. Where's it? Crafting kit. That's it. Yeah. I knew it was a kit. I just... he's got quite a few useful items there, particularly the torch. It's very easy very good against some enemies. Daggers are also very useful for some things in the game. We're going to pick up stuff like that later. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so the crafting kit is a very universally handy thing to create, like sleeping pots, fire pots, daggers, bone daggers, arrows, bone arrows, etc., bolts. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff, but you need books. You need a lot of those books. He had 2 of those books in his inventory, but they are a little expensive, particularly at the start of the game, where we're at. Like, we just don't have much, so you're probably better off waiting a bit until you are satisfied with where you're at or what you've acquired. So there we've picked up 4 Kukri daggers. I think they're probably some of the stronger daggers, like, in the game in terms of damage, I'm pretty sure. Like, the throwing daggers, not the actual daggers you fight with, per se. You don't usually throw them, apparently. But yeah, anyway. We remove some of our armor so that we're a light load. So there's a light, medium, and heavy. And that usually determines about how fast you're running and how you're rolling. So usually if you're heavy, you'll fat roll, which is really slow. Medium is usually like a pretty good choice to be able to wear most armor in the game if you get your strength up high enough for carrying loads and whatnot. So your endurance, I should say. Anyway, I'll be back.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the 2 fingers, offering guidance and aid to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect. Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would follow.
Yep. So we just put one on Vigor to give us a little bit more health. You know, because also it's not usually ideal to hold on to too many runes while you're running around if you're not comfortable with the game yet. And yeah. So anyway, another character.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent. Ah, as I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master. 'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erdtree. The spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest. Forgive mine intrusion, Tarnished. I doubt we shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the Tarnished tire of obeisance to the two fingers?
So there are two different kinds of ash in the game you'll hear in general. There's the summoning ash, which is what we usually use with that bell that we just received. And the only places we can use it are areas where that little grey symbol that looks like a tombstone on the far left there. When you see that, you can summon your ashes in general. Pardon me. The other ashes are ones that we attach to our weapons. You can't attach them to all weapons. You'll find most weapons can't be attached with anything if they're a special weapon, so if they need somber stones. Otherwise, most just need, regular crafting, smithing stones, so which can be used. Anyway, we just pick up our whetstone here, and it's our first weapon, ash. So yeah, it's just a basic one. War stomp, something. Yeah. So you can do that. Now that we've actually got that whetstone, if you didn't have that whetstone, I'm pretty sure you can't actually attach any to weapons until you have that item. Pretty sure. Otherwise, the smith at the round table can do that. Master Hugh. And we're putting our clothes back on because we're only a medium load anyway for now. We're on Torrent, so we've got the bell, Torrent, so we'll get some ashes going for summoning. So we're off to a good start, I think. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. See yous.